The Vedic literatures tell us that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a reservoir of beauty. He is called Krishna because he is all attractive. He never ages beyond 16 years of age. While living entities in this material world have a body that is temporary, changeable, and is often the cause of misery, the absolute truth is eternal, unchanging, and blissful. While impersonalists may say that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no form, that he's an abstract, he's an energy, they are wrong, because Vedic literatures tell us that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is always a person. He has a spiritual body, and his form is most beautiful of all. By practicing Krishna consciousness, we can become qualified to see Krishna, the Supreme Lord, for ourselves face to face. The Supreme Person is beyond the material senses, and we need spiritual vision to be able to see him. But we are so fortunate that we can see Krishna through our ears by hearing the Shastras. We don't have the eyes to see him because his body is transcendental. But our acharyas and the scriptures are there to give us an insight into how the Supreme Personality of Godhead looks like. So we can then develop an attraction for him and develop a relationship with him. The relative beauty found in this world has its origin in Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita 10:41, Krishna says, "Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor." So if the Supreme Personality's creation, his art, is so beautiful, then how much more beautiful is that artist? The Vedic literatures tell us that Krishna has a stunningly beautiful spiritual form, the color of rain clouds. The luster of his dazzling toenails is compared to moonlight. His beautiful garments are compared to lightning. A unique gem called the Kaustubha hangs around his neck, along with a garland of fresh forest flowers. He plays a flute, attracting the hearts of all. His lips are red like the bimba fruit, and his cheeks are brilliant. His attractively moving eyebrows and enchanting smile are irresistible. His wide eyes, delicate hands, reddish-soled feet, and his deep navel often draw comparisons to the beauty of lotus flowers. He wears a peacock feather in his curly black hair and a flower garland around his neck. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya says, Krishna's deep voice is more resonant than newly arrived clouds, and his sweet song defeats even the sweet voice of the cuckoo. Indeed, his song is so sweet that even one particle of its sound can inundate the entire world. If such a particle enters one's ear, one is immediately bereft of all other types of hearing. Srila Prabhupada in his Krishna book gives us a very lovely description of Krishna. When Krishna walked on the bank of the Yamuna, he was seen nicely decorated with tilak on his head. He was garlanded with different kinds of forest flowers, and his body was smeared by the pulp of sandalwood and tulsi leaves. The bumblebees became mad after the treasure and sweet nectar of the atmosphere. Being pleased by the humming sound of the bees, Krishna would play his flute, and together the sounds became so sweet to hear that the aquatics, the cranes, swans, and ducks and other birds were charmed. Instead of swimming or flying, they became stunned. They closed their eyes and entered a trance of meditation in worship of Krishna. Srila Rupa Goswami, a very elevated personality, has advised, "My dear friend, if you still have any desire to enjoy the company of your friends within this material world, then don't look upon the form of Krishna, who is standing on the bank of Keshi-Ghat. He is known as Govinda, and his eyes are very enchanting. He is playing upon his flute, and on his neck, on his head, there is a peacock feather. His whole body is illuminated by the moonlight in the sky."